Hello everybody and welcome back to Crypto Atlas. In today's video I will talk about Bitcoin, Ethereum, NuCypher, as well as Orchid aka OXT. If you guys are new to the channel, don't forget to hit subscribe, hit the thumbs up like button as well. Let's try and get this video to at least 100 likes like normal, and also click the bell icon. It's so important that you guys click that icon, that way then you actually get notified, because YouTube is pretty bad about this stuff and you can stay up to date with all of the most relevant and latest news on these things. So we are less than 2 minutes away on the new daily candle position. I always try to record these videos the best that I can with these things. And I just realized I had that on the wrong screen, but I guess that's okay. We can actually start off like that. So as you guys can see, we got less than 2 minutes left until the new daily candle position is a Sunday. There's not a lot that's really going on. We do have a new price all-time high that hit with Bitcoin hitting over $58,000. What? The fact that we're even over $57,000 right now is still amazing. What? We're almost past that peak point that had hit on the tip yesterday for that candle wick on February 20th. And yeah, just a couple quick things I guess I could say as we're running out of time. We got less than 1 minute to go. If you guys are brand new to cryptocurrency and you want to get started and earn a little bonus, there's a referral rewards thing that's going on with Coinbase. I got a link in the description. You guys are more than welcome to use that if you want. Also, if you guys are holding on to Bitcoin and you want to earn an interest on that kind of stuff, I use BlockFi. Same thing. They got like a little referral bonus thing. I got the link in the description for that too. And it's actually been paying off really well for me. Their custodians are Gemini. So Gemini is another exchange like Coinbase, which is founded by the Winklevoss twins, the guys that helped form Facebook. So fun little side facts with that. If you guys got questions about that, feel free to let me know down below. And yeah, we got less than 1 minute to go. I'm just going to go ahead and take a couple looks at a few things here before that timer hits. That way then we can actually most accurately see this happen in real time. But as you guys can see, the purple line, oh, there we go, 57,479 or so, new daily candle position, and 500, and it went to 520 there at first. Yesterday what happened is right off the beginning of the new daily candle position, it rose a bit and then came down and then started to drop down further for a bit, kind of hung out there for a little while, as you guys can see with this, and then next thing you know, ended up climbing and climbing and just got higher and higher and higher. Well, now we are officially moving into the Monday candle, which means a lot of people that are going to be going back to work today, Wall Street movements, all that kind of stuff is more than likely going to take place. So you guys can already see it's already starting to make moves up 60, 75 dollars already in a very short amount of time. There's a little bit of pullback that's now occurring. This is what we saw yesterday too, man. Rose up a little bit, was looking pretty good, started to retrace, started to pull back. So we'll see if that's what's going to happen here as well. But as I was going to be saying is that this purple line that you guys see, this is based on the previous trend of how Bitcoin was moving back in mid-December towards $100,000, back when that big run was first starting to take place, right? So what I did is I actually copied this pattern. If you guys go all the way back down to here, I believe it was on December 16th, I think is how I started that point out. Was it December 16th? Yeah. I believe that's off of December 16th. So when this big run really started to move and it came down and showed some signs of recovery, I was looking at it from this point of view as saying, hey, if it decided to go ahead and rally at the same pace as what we had here, right? How long would it take for us to hit $100,000? Just as a rough estimate. As you guys can see, there's dips that occurs with this and everything too. So at that pace, we would actually be hitting $100,000 right around the I'm looking closer towards the end of April, right? So in just a short amount of time, we could very well be at a whole new territory. People thought hitting 50,000 was crazy. I mean, people thought hitting past 20,000 to 25K in such a short amount of time was crazy. And now here we are, it's 57,000, previously 58,000, right? So we're getting close to that $60,000 range, obviously going towards 75K. Is going to be very important next. Then that would be the 3/4 mark towards the 100K mark. And yep, now it's doing exactly what I was having a suspicion it was more than likely going to do. And I was just talking about that a minute ago. You guys remember? Some buying pressure going up, then some selling, some sell off. This could potentially end up forming a bottom before it then decides to rally up. So some fake out right here before people accumulate. People that start shorting, next thing you know, they get liquidated and the price just ends up massively going up too, right? So there is quite a bit of selling pressure that's starting off as of the moment here. And now you can see it's starting to flip. So, and now it's back in the green, right? So again, I think a lot of people, they think, oh, we're too overvalued, and they start to short this thing and then they end up getting burned. So we'll take a look more at that in just a minute, but we're gonna go over a couple other quick things real quick. Oh, wow, that's pretty fast. I'm on Twitter, guys, at AtlasOfficialTV. Go check me out, go drop a follow. Talk a lot about Bitcoin, cryptocurrency type stuff over there at Atlas Official TV, names in the bottom left-hand side. What are other people saying in the cryptoverse right now, though? So Michael Saylor from MicroStrategy, he said, it's only speculation if you don't understand the technology or why you need it, right? That's pretty cool. Tesla bought $1.5 billion of Bitcoin, around $33,000. That means they have now made over $1 billion on that investment in less than 45 days. Elon Musk is a legend. Yeah, he made $1 billion in a month and a half. I mean, keep in mind that he put 1.5 billion in, but nearly doubling your whole investment in such a short amount of time, that's pretty darn good. If you're reading this, you were early to Bitcoin. How do I know? Imagine thinking you were late to the internet in the early 2000s. A little search engine named Google is only a few years old. Facebook and Twitter haven't launched, and Netflix only mails DVDs, right? So yeah, we're still very early in the space here. Binance said 1 Bitcoin is greater than 1 kilogram of gold. Isn't that crazy when you see something like this? Look at that, guys. 1 Bitcoin worth more than that of a brick of gold. 1 kilogram. And it's funny because Bitcoin weighs nothing. Man, it is worth more than nothing, though. Sorry, Peter Schiff and Goldbugs, guys. Michael Saylor also said, what happens when all the publicly traded Bitcoin miners stop selling Bitcoin and start buying it to hodl using publicly issued equity and debt to cover their expenses? Bitcoin stocks to flow goes to infinity, then it goes negative, right? Bitcoin stock to flow goes to infinity, then it goes negative. What do you guys think? That's a pretty crazy concept. You could very well inspire some miners to do something like that too. They might reach out and be like, hey, so I got this mining company, this thing, like, can you explain? Sue says, if you had invested $1,000 in Bitcoin in 2012, you'd probably have already sold and spent it, unless you have an actual thesis for owning it. The more tilting conversations are the ones where normies regret not buying it then, when they should regret not learning enough to buy it now, right? Excuse me. Bitcoin going from 57,000 to $1 million is the same percentage increase as going from $3,200 to $57,000. This is really important because this is what we had basically last year, right? We got down really low, sub 4K. I don't think it went to 3.2, it might have. But with where we're at right now, in 1 year span, can you imagine if next year this went to $1 million? We're already seeing an exponential rise for sure, but the percentage increase, just a fun little thing that they're pointing out. Pompliano also said, India wants Bitcoin, Nigeria wants Bitcoin, Pakistan wants Bitcoin, Venezuela wants Bitcoin. This is a global movement that will improve the lives of those who need it most. I agree. A new study of 30,000 Americans reveals 50% view cryptocurrencies as safe investments. The survey also revealed 57% of investors think companies should accept crypto as payment, though crypto enthusiasts have mixed opinions on whether Bitcoin will ultimately serve as a medium of exchange or simply a store of value. Additionally, right, 41% of those surveyed said investing in the stock market and cryptocurrencies are equally risky investments. So people are like, well, it's too volatile, I don't know. It's like, okay, you say the same thing about stocks. Most people at this point are starting to get onto that. Well, not most people. It's like equally, but it's gaining. So eventually I think it's going to be most people. If you bought a $50,000 Tesla with 4 Bitcoin on October 1st, That purchase now has an opportunity cost of $212,000 because Bitcoin's dollar price has risen from $10,000 to $53,000 in those 4.5 months, said Robert Minter, Director of Investment Strategy, Aberdeen Standard Investments. That type of volatility is unsuitable for transacting in an economy. Kind of weird concept, right? You say, like, it's not good for transactions. Why? It keeps gaining value. If I want a Tesla, how badly do I want that Tesla? You understand what I'm saying? I got $50,000 worth right here. Okay, is it worth me getting a Tesla right now? How important is it to me that that thing that I have is for right now? Or do I have other things that I think are going to be more valuable? I want to get a house someday. I want to get this and that. It changes and pivots people's point of view of thinking of what's important, what's not, what do they actually want to enjoy in, how much time do they feel like they're going to use it, right? And I think long term, it's going to have a better impact on people. So the volatility, in what regard, it's the highest appreciating asset of all time. It goes up and down. Oh God, just like everything else, right? Bitcoin scales $58,000 for first time year-to-date gain over 98%. For all of 2020, Bitcoin rose 305%. Just to put that into perspective for you guys. Now we're going to go and take a look at the charts here. So we're seeing some pullback still occurring. We did have a couple of really big days. Let's keep that in mind right here. You guys typically see it riding the stairs up and then an elevator down. So if people start to say, hey, let me take some profits off of this before it wants to continue rallying up, we might end up seeing something like that. But in my personal opinion, we're getting pretty darn close to $60,000. If the train keeps moving forward, why are you going to try and pull the brakes? Right? Especially if it's going downhill. I mean, downhill in that sense, you think the price is going down. What I'm trying to say is you can't stop the momentum. That's what I'm trying to say. So it's the inverse of what you're thinking, right? At the bottom of the hill is our goal. That's what we're trying to get to. So we're moving forward and we're going downhill to get to that goal, not down in price though. Although we're technically going down in price. What am I trying to say? Okay, what I'm trying to say is we're trying to get back on track to $100,000. So let's look at a couple things for facts. First off, we had a previous high yesterday at $58,374. We got to try and get above that. If we can manage to get to $60,000 on the daily candle position, which would be pretty crazy, but I think it's possible. We've been seeing $1,000 of movements occurring on the dailies. And we would need to get to $60,620 to enter into the base zone back on this previous trend once again. We've tapped it once before. That was actually back on February 9th. Even briefly, just kind of going into it a little bit there based on just my trend forecast on this, right? So if we can manage to break into that, then I would say we realistically need over the next several days to have a median point of support entering in around $62,000. So we still got like a $5,000 kind of price range that we need to go and then stabilize that, even, which means there's probably going to be some sell-off too. But if we can manage to do that and then continue at this rate, we're going to do very, very well, right? Major resistance upcoming is $65,140. Do keep that in mind. Now, if this size wants to drop down, we have support, of course, at $50,000. Another level of support at $49,000, and then at 21 EMA is at $48,000. This 21 EMA continues to rise, and pretty soon it will cross over with the $49,000, forming an extremely strong level of support. So if it does start to tank a lot, just so you guys know, this is more than likely going to be a very big buy zone where people will try to protect the price of Bitcoin. Bitcoin's price on the RSI suggests as being overbought, but it's nothing really too big to worry about, guys. You guys can also see that the volume here has been steadily going down overall. It started to shift up just a little bit on February 19th, but we've not exceeded that level of volume that we saw on February 8th. And by comparison, even on January 29th, that was quite substantial. So volume is fairly low, but the price is mostly going up in this regard. So that is actually really good news for us to be taking a look at. Excuse me. We got these allergies going on. Next up, we're going to go and take a look at what's going on with Ethereum. Looking over on the Ethereum charts, yesterday had a nice little gain. It did not pass back above $2,000. It got close though at $1,978, ended up closing out the day at around $1,936, slightly in the red, just like what we saw with Bitcoin. So a little bit of selling pressure going on. It is a Sunday evening. We haven't actually gone into the Monday daily full position as far as like people being back in work and stuff, right? We're on the daily candle, yeah, but hopefully you guys understand what I'm saying. $2,000 is still the big goal with that. And then we got to break above this level at $2,041 roughly. Really got to get above 2,050, and we're trying to push up to $2,500. This just feels kind of like a snail though as it's been moving. I think a lot of people were expecting it already to be past these levels pretty decent amount of time ago, but it is what it is, right? There's a lot of projects that are out there. Looking at some very minor support around 1,890. Be considering that. Most strongly, though, guys, we're going to have support at 1,760, and below that, potentially 1,747 if this has a major pullback. The RSI is not overbought, but it is very close on the verge of that. Yesterday was also a very low amount of volume, so we might end up seeing a big uptick in the volume movement today. Again, sorry about my allergies. Got a little bit of a runny nose. Sorry. Okay, look at Orchid. Orchid had a really nice day yesterday. Boom! Broke through right above that Fibonacci level, went all the way up to 75 cents before having to pull back down, and ended up closing right on that, just barely above the Fibonacci level, which is at 68 cents, or 0.6808. Because we're seeing Bitcoin going down, Ethereum going down, the market's all kind of having a little bit of a pullback. People are starting to take some profits right now. We're seeing it at 66 cents. Hopefully, this does have a reverse and goes back up. And again, we're going to see that potential level of resistance as we saw it here as well for 2 different days at 68 cents. So 68 cents is a very validated point of reference that we need to focus on of achieving above. If we can manage to do that, man, 75 cents would break that. That's the next major level up. 79 cents, 80 cents, past 80 cents, we got the dollar region zone. And if we head down below here, we got major support at 58 cents, and a further continuation down would be at 55 cents. We're on the verge of being overbought on the RSI, still on the top side. The technical radar, you guys can't see it, but it is a strong buy, so things are looking pretty good. And that was a pretty good increase in volume yesterday, so not quite sure how it's going to play out today. And last up, we have NuCypher, and NuCypher had a really good day yesterday, actually breaking above $1, going all the way up and tapping at one point $1.14 before having a bit of a retracement back. Also, once again, just like the others, we're seeing some pullback on that as well. So in the new daily candle position, a bit of some negative positions going on there. Realistically, we still got to get back above $1 with this, and then the next major level we're going to see is $1.08, and then a major level at $1.24 or 25 cents roughly. Further down below that, we have level support at 82 cents, almost 83 cents. And then a major level of support is going to be actually minor level support first is 71 cents, and then a further level decline would be a substantial support on the 21 EMA at 65 cents respectively. Our side suggesting it is overbought. Volume was quite considerable, especially in comparison to previous days for yesterday. And the technical radar, again, you guys can't see it, but it is on the strong buy side. So overall, still looking pretty bullish with this. I think a lot of people are wanting to try and prop it up and see if it can maintain that dollar zone and even break above it, and then we could have a whole other set of room to grow, as you guys can see here. But as of right now, it is looking like it's pulling back, just like what we're seeing with everything else. Okay, that's going to go and do it for this episode. Once again, if you guys are new to the channel, don't forget to hit subscribe, hit the thumbs up, like button as well. Let's try and get this video to at least 100 likes. Click on the bell icon so that you can get notified whenever we have a new video. You guys can stay up to date with that stuff. Tell me in the comments what you guys thought about everything that's going on here. What's your favorite altcoin? What are you guys looking forward to? What do you think the next big move is going to be for what? All that good stuff, guys. Thank you, and I will see you in the next episode.